Welcome to another episode of the Bandwagon Sports Podcast. Today is a special emergency podcast to talk about Kevin Durant's move to the Bay Area. I
Boy.
don't know how much of an emergency it is. It's been about like 36 hours.
It's ruined my life.
Yeah, but for anybody that's, been out of the country or doesn't have access to Wi-Fi, Kevin Durant has left the Thunder and has signed with the Golden State Warriors. And joining me today is one of our contributors, in the North is Sean. John, what's up, man? How's it going?
Not bad. How you doing, folks? I hope you're having a wonderful summer because mine is awful.
Yeah. I'm a Giants fan. I like Bay Area sports, so it's interesting. So what were your thoughts when you heard the news? How did you find out, and what was your reaction?
I remember I went to sleep the night before thinking, what are the chances he goes to Golden State? I mean, like, what would the point of that be? I couldn't fathom it. So when I woke up the next morning, all I'm seeing is 22 messages on my phone, all of them stating the same thing: Kevin Durant to Golden State Warriors. And I'm like, this is the darkest timeline.
I mean,
it's the best way to put it.
Yeah. For me, I was like, wondering the entire weekend. Yesterday morning, I was studying cardiology for my internal medicine boards, and I kept refreshing Twitter to see, and I really couldn't study. I went on the Players Tribune just randomly at 11:30, whatever, and I was like, oh, what's this next chapter by Kevin Durant? And I'm scrolling down. I'm like, it talks about how he's going to miss OKC. I scroll up, I see he's going to the Golden State Warriors, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Boy.
Is this real? Is this like a fake account? And then I sent it to my friend, and then boom, Kevin Durant to the Warriors. And I was just like, my heart kind of dropped a little bit just because I was like, oh man, this is a big change in the dynamics of the NBA.
Look, you know what hurt me the most? I went from having a 2% possibility, and even I recognize this 2% possibility was high, that my team, and I'm speaking for every team in the NBA that's not named the Golden State Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
I felt there was a 2% possibility we could win the championship.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel even a 0.2% possibility we can win anymore.
For me, as a fan of the Rockets, I don't feel any pressure watching the games next year because, hey, it's the odds are stacked against all of us.
Everybody
that. Just have fun watching the game. So
let me ask you this. Has this made the NBA less interesting for you?
Yeah, it has. I mean, I like parity. I like kind of a little more balance where I don't really know. There's maybe 4 or 5 teams that can go in that could win a title.
Yes.
I mean, I'm looking at the Western Conference, and
Pau Gasol went to the Spurs, but
maybe the Spurs can challenge the Warriors. But
really, dude, if Tim Duncan retires, they're saying he might, and I know Tim Duncan's not the old Tim Duncan, but just having Tim Duncan there makes you feel like you have a chance. Yeah. If he retires, I can't even give them a percent.
I mean, I think there will be a drop off when he retires, even though he didn't really contribute that much statistically last year. I'm just thinking. But I've always felt that even in these past few years, as they've kind of phased him out, just him being on the court
made a difference.
Just being that, this is the greatest power forward NBA history team ever.
Absolutely.
That gave them credibility, that put a little fear into other teams. And I think there's going to be a drop off, but today's about KD. So, I was shocked. I mean, why do you think he made the move?
He took Beyonce's advice and he wants to put a ring on it. That's it. What else is there? If he's going as the second best player on that team now.
I mean, and I think after 40 games, he'll be the best player on that team.
You think he'll be the best player after 40 games?
The cream rises to the top.
I think Steph Curry is the cream.
they're gonna look, man. In practice, they're gonna see him do stuff that hasn't been seen in that practice facility ever. And like Curry's been great. Kerr has got the most out of him in that system they run. Greatest shooter in NBA history. But Kevin Durant's a freak of nature. And I mean, like right now, he's going to go in like, yeah, Steph, it's your team. Yeah, sure. But, there's going to be moments, I'm sure, where Durant kind of takes over and puts the game away. And I think, it's kind of like when LeBron went to the Heat. He's like, yeah, it's Wade's team. But after a while, you knew it was LeBron's.
Yeah, but here's the difference between that, though. Everybody in the universe knew LeBron. No matter how good Dwayne Wade was, everyone knew LeBron James was the better player.
Yeah.
Even me, a known hater of LeBron James, will openly say LeBron James is the better player.
Mm-hmm.
In this, think about it. Even in the Oklahoma City, there's a contingent of fans who will go point to Russell Westbrook as the best player on that team.
Yeah, but look, man, like if I was starting a team,
yes,
and you give me like Kevin Durant or Steph Curry, I'm taking Kevin Durant any day. Durant is the better player.
I don't think a lot of people would agree with you, man.
Than Steph Curry?
Than Steph Curry. I think.
But here's the thing, right? Like, I think LeBron in the finals, by beating him in Game 7, kind of put an end to some of this, Steph Curry is the best player talk.
I don't think it did. I think if anything, it was just like more like, hey, I'm still around. Y'all better not give that title away yet.
Question: in the Western Conference Finals, who was the better player? Who was the best player in that series?
After the first 4 games, I would have said Kevin Durant-ish or Russell Westbrook. Actually, I would have probably said Russell Westbrook.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I would have probably said Russell Westbrook was the best player in that series for the first 4 or 5 games. After that, Steph Curry kind of started shooting ridiculous again.
Well, Klay Thompson's the one that, won that series in Game 6.
Sure.
I've never seen
Game 5.
Yeah. I mean, so you think just basically he wanted to win a ring? I mean, you don't think there's anything else? Maybe he got tired.
What else is it, though? Oh, interesting.
Westbrook?
I'm sure there isn't it. On court, you could tell there is some put a square peg in a round hole issue with those guys. I've heard that there's an issue between them in the sense of basketball, but they like each other as people.
Mm-hmm.
But then, my question is, if you didn't like Russell Westbrook dominating the ball, then man the hell up and just say, hey, you need to start sending me the ball instead of going out in the media and all this other stuff saying, oh, no, I'm cool with that.
Westbrook also made an effort. I mean, Russell Westbrook averaged 10.5 assists this year.
Yeah, he was great.
I mean, I'm reading now. I mean, now that we've had like a day and a half to marinate on it, I mean, do you believe all the stuff we're hearing that Durant wanted a system that got him easier shots, ball movement, kind of like the way the Warriors play, and they're maybe he's a little frustrated with Russell Westbrook and his sometimes reckless, crazy play.
He could have gone to San Antonio at that point.
Sure.
Right, done the same thing there with Kawhi Leonard.
But if he goes to Spurs, don't you think it's kind of the same reaction?
No, because
isn't it still front running to some degree?
It is, but here's the difference: he beat the Spurs.
Yeah.
Right. He didn't really need the Spurs. The Spurs needed him. That's the difference there. And number 2, Kawhi Leonard's a great player, but he's not Kevin Durant. Whereas with the Golden State, whether you believe Kevin Durant is the better player or not, there's going to be a huge section of fans who think that Steph Curry is the best player in the NBA, or at the very least, the second best player in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's either people believe it's LeBron, Curry, and then KD, or they think it's Curry, LeBron, KD.
Yeah.
Right? So, the only thing worse he could do is go to the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's the only thing he could have done that would have made it worse.
Okay. Well, actually, okay. Well, would it though? I mean, What's worse,
Yeah.
teaming up with LeBron or joining the Dubs?
Okay, I told you, outspoken LeBron hater. Teaming up with LeBron would have made it so much worse. For me personally.
I don't know. I'm trying to think like I mean, oh boy,
If they
this is
if the Golden State Warriors can't stop LeBron James, they're not going to be able to stop him and Kevin Durant.
yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
put it, both those games went 7. Now you put the two biggest issues you have is guarding size.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to put KD at the 4 or 3 or LeBron at the 4 or 3.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm trying to think of like just. I'm just still trying to wrap my head around how this happened, what this is going to look like on the
What do
court.
you think? What do you think about the Warriors now as a team?
I mean, I don't know how much better they are because, like, the thing with, I mean,
Can they go 82-0?
well, I don't think they're going to go 82-0 just because I think the schedule in itself is going to cause them to lose like 2-3 games. They're going to have that like four games in 5 nights on a back-to-back in like Memphis.
I don't think they'll lose those games. I think they'll lose to like the 76ers who are 0-15 because they're like, whatever. Because like think about the losses they had this year. It was to the Lakers, the Milwaukee Bucks.
They almost lost to the Sixers.
And they almost lost to the Sixers.
Yeah. No, but I'm just thinking like, how does it affect the Warriors? I mean, like, the spacing is going to be like unreal. Like,
what was the biggest issue in the finals? Besides, like, Steph Curry wasn't like the Steph Curry we're used to for the last year and a half.
I mean, I think a couple things. Number one, I think Iguodala's back injury or stiffing. That was big because he couldn't guard.
Yeah.
He guards LeBron like the best, better than anybody I've ever seen. That hurt them.
I don't know. James Posey used to guard him pretty well back in the day.
All right, I don't really remember that, but okay, sure. But anyways, like whatever. Like Iguodala physically has all the dimensions and size, whatever, to guard LeBron. That hurt them. Yes. I think the Bogut injury was a little big because, early on, Bogut provided some rim protection, some size, some fouls. Ezeli just help defense. Ezeli is just not
the same.
Not the same. Yeah. And also, like, hey, let's be real. I mean, like that was a tough 7-game series they had to go against the Thunder, and that took a lot out of him. And I thought the Curry injury in the first round against the Rockets affected his conditioning. I didn't think he looked a little tired to me at the end of games, a little winded. I just think like they were just tired, and I think that.
Do you remember a lot of like Steph Curry drives to the rim with layups in the playoffs?
Not against the Cavs. I mean, I think they did a good job of collapsing on him.
Like, I didn't see that much in the Thunder series. I didn't really see it. He wasn't really in the Portland series, or no one really cared about the Portland series. But I was watching him, and it felt like, he's.
Well, that's another thing too. I think he stopped driving a little bit in the finals because LeBron was like blocking his shots. He was getting beat up. They were being physical with him. I mean, I think the thing is that what in the future what having Durant is going to be is Durant's going to be able to space the floor and take some of that attention.
This is so not fair.
I mean, it's crazy in that
it's not fair.
But when you're playing the Warriors, you're already worried about Curry and Thompson.
I know, but like you just said something that blew like I knew it intrinsically, but the fact just hearing it hurt me because Steph Curry was hurt. He's not able to penetrate as much into the lane, or LeBron James is physically imposing. He can't penetrate into the lanes. Now you got Kevin Durant penetrating, and he's going to outlet it to Steph Curry and Klay Thompson? What is that? What is that? Exactly. What is that? That's not fair. Who do you leave open?
I guess Draymond, Iguodala.
You leave Draymond Green open. He's a good enough 3-point shooter that he'll eventually get.
Maybe you leave David West open because at least
I guess.
David West is going to hit mid-range twos, and
Jump shots, yeah.
twos are less than 3.
But okay, where's the help coming from? Steph Curry drives or Kevin Durant drives? Who's helping that primary defender?
Okay, well, from a basketball sense, it's more now now teams
Yeah.
are going to have to be really good at switching. You can't double to
Yeah,
team. You can't double. You have to switch everything.
Yeah,
You have
but
to
like
be
you
very
can't.
smart in your switches.
You do a big small switch, right? If as Kevin Durant is the ball handler or Steph Curry is the ball handler, and you end up with like, I don't know, Tristan Thompson on you. How many defensive plays can Tristan Thompson make on these guys?
Yeah, but you have to look at the alternative, right? Contested shot against Tristan Thompson or open 3.
I don't think it will be if this team is intelligent, or Steve Kerr is intelligent. It'll be like attack. Don't settle for that jump shot on this guy. Then if they're not going to like help,
yeah, the Spurs, good shot, great shot.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. I mean,
you can't guard Steph Curry on his own. You can't guard Kevin Durant on his own. Klay Thompson's making a case that he can't be guarded on his own.
I think the one way you can't beat the Warriors is make them take 2s and not 3s.
But like,
they're plus 84 against them.
I understand what you're saying. How do you make it happen?
You switch everything and make them go 1-on-1. You switch everything.
I just feel then it's like a layup line.
That's fine. I mean, like, again, one of the big reasons why the Warriors have been so dominant, 3 is greater than 2. In the Western Conference Finals, the Thunder killed the Warriors in the paint.
Yeah, points in the paint, yep.
But the Warriors were plus 84 on 3-point shooting. I mean, that's the difference, right?
So, do you remember the one weakness they had in the finals, which was the Cleveland Cavaliers just kept leaving what's the name? Barnes?
Yeah. Well, now they don't have
Harrison Barnes. Yeah, they don't even have it. The guy who's replacing Harrison Barnes in the starting lineup is Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Like,
we're going to talk about Harrison Barnes a little bit later.
Oh, joy. Oh, joy. Oh, joy.
How do you think this affects the Thunder going forward?
Can I say something? And I'm sorry if anyone from Oklahoma is listening. You are a Russell Westbrook away from being totally irrelevant in the NBA. So, like, you might have to relocate.
And we're going to get to that too. I've long thought about that. I've actually, we'll talk about it now. I've always thought, like, when Westbrook, when Westbrook and Durant, whenever they left, whether through free agency or if they had been there for 15 years and retired and went to SoCal, wherever. I mean, like, realistically, how viable can this team franchise be in Oklahoma City? Right? Like, it was all gravy, all fun, good ratings when you had 2 generational talents. One is gone, and one is on his way out.
And doesn't want to re-up on an extension.
No, and I don't blame him. And it doesn't make any sense for him to get an extension, and he can get more years next summer.
Yep.
He extends for 2 years, and then after 2 years, he's 30, and maybe they don't want to give him a long-term deal. So
no, not with the money available now.
I mean, to me, there's a few things, but I mean, this is devastating for the Thunder because
it's huge.
They went from being a title contender. To now with Westbrook. Now they're in a lame duck situation with another superstar. And they're not going to get equal value for things. They're in a bad position with Russell Westbrook.
Very bad.
They can't get equal value because if I'm a team like the Knicks, the Celtics, whatever,
the Lakers,
why should I give up my young assets when I can just wait till next summer?
Well, if you don't know about this, you should probably ask the Knicks with Carmelo because they did something very stupid. Because that trade was the dumbest thing in New York history.
Yeah, look, all these
against
teams. I know all these teams are going to get meetings with Westbrook. The
yeah
Celtics, the Lakers, the
the
Rockets might even
Knicks.
get a meeting. Uh,
Yeah,
the Knicks.
yeah.
So like, I don't know how much. I mean, I'm sure there is something definitely in getting a guy maybe on your team for a season to show him what you can offer, but I don't know, man. They're in a tough situation, and they have some young
How,
talent for sure. But
how much AI is in Russell Westbrook? Like, how much does he have? Like, I don't mind being the only guy. I'm gonna shoot 70 times and win us a championship. How much does he? How much
maybe
of
like
that does he have in him?
70%.
Like, I could also see a world where he resigns. I could.
Yeah, but thing is, they're never going to get a marquee free agent, right? And if you get okay, so fine.
Yeah,
Number one, if Russell Westbrook stays, he's going to be
yeah.
like they're going to be the Sixers. He's going to be a one man team,
That's yep.
and I'm
He's
sure,
Iverson.
yeah, he's going to be Iverson. It's going to be his show. They're never going to get a
Yeah,
marquee free agent, and they're going to be too
yeah.
good enough. They're going to be too good to get
To
a
get picks.
significant draft pick.
Yeah, yeah.
And like how
Essentially,
creative, there's only so far you can be, so much you can be creative in a trade.
yeah. But like he brings like the thing is though, for franchises, sometimes you're okay with that if he still brings people into the stadium. If he still brings people to the TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because let's
I don't think
because
that
if they
I don't think. Well, the thing is, like for him too, right? Like I'm sure there's some appeal to go to a bigger market, more
sure,
business opportunities, more endorsements. I mean, he's into the whole
sure,
fashion thing. There's not really much of
sure.
a fashion market in Oklahoma
In
City,
Oklahoma, yeah,
and it's cool to be Allen Iverson when you're in like Philadelphia.
sure.
It's not
Not the
cool.
same. Not
It's
the
not.
same.
It's not the same to be Allen Iverson when you're in Oklahoma City.
Uh-huh. But like Oklahoma City had it really good.
Yeah. No, but
You're you're
this day was coming. It
yeah, it
was
was
going to come
coming.
eventually. I
But
always felt that.
I don't think they understood like how good they had it though. Because you're a new franchise that comes into the NBA and you draft Kevin Durant followed by Russell
No, they weren't
Westbrook.
a new
Oh,
franchise. They stole a team
well,
from Seattle.
they got the Sonics. I
They
understand. I
stole a team
understand.
from Seattle.
But essentially, they inherited Kevin Durant,
Stole their
drafted Russ. Okay, they stole Kevin Durant. They drafted Russell
well,
Westbrook. They
technically
drafted.
Russell Westbrook was drafted by the Seattle SuperSonics.
Oh, okay. All right. So then they stole those two guys. They drafted James Harden. They drafted Serge Ibaka. Like
Hmm
they had, like Sam Presti we said was great.
hmm
Um,
Also, there's
they
a
had a
timeline on him too. I'm sure. Maybe I mean, at what point if you're Sam Presti is a great GM.
yeah.
If he left the Thunder, there would be teams lining up to get him.
Do you think that Oladipo trade was like him knowing the decision beforehand?
I don't think it's knowing. I mean, I think like Sam Presti's a smart GM, right? Like every
Okay.
move he makes is there's a lot of thought behind it, and it's made with probably a few different scenarios in line, right? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, look at this trade. This trade was made to upgrade their roster. If
Mm-hmm.
Durant came back, give them a
Mm-hmm.
wing defender, a guy that
Mm-hmm.
can. I don't know if he can shoot or not. I've never watched him play, but give him a legit shooting
He's
guard.
more Dwayne Wade than
Right?
anything.
Yeah, they gave him a legitimate shooting guard. They got Sabonis. They got Ilyasova who can stretch the floor.
Yeah.
Now on the flip side, if Durant leaves, they have a young player that's
Yeah.
under a rookie contract that's going to have
Yeah.
an opportunity for a bigger role
Yeah.
that can complement Westbrook.
Mm-hmm.
Just like though they hired Billy Donovan, uh, also because Billy Donovan could be the face of a franchise in terms of from a coaching standpoint as well.
Okay.
I
Okay.
mean, Sam Presti's smart. Like he's made some great moves, and I'm sure like if you're Oklahoma City, you had to have planned for this in scenario.
I'll say this: if Russell Westbrook leaves next summer, like the Thunder are never going to be on TNT again.
I mean, this
Right?
is my scenario. People may call me a hater, but I mean, I think if Westbrook leaves next summer, Thunder aren't going to make any money the next few years after that.
Hopefully, they built up a strong enough fan base in the
Who's gonna buy?
last 7 years.
No, but you got to realize this, man. Like, who's gonna buy their merchandise?
No one's buying their merchandise.
No one's buying their merchandise.
No one's buying it.
Right?
No, no,
No one's traveling to Oklahoma City to watch
no.
the Thunder play.
Yeah, if you go to the other stadiums, they're not going to come in to bring people in.
No,
I agree.
they're not going to be on any ESPN, TNT, or
No,
ABC games.
no. But there's nothing else. Like, luckily, there's no other professional teams in
No,
Oklahoma.
but you got to look at this, right? Like, where's the revenue going to come from?
It's going to be homegrown. It's got to be. Otherwise, if they're
And they play in the smallest market in the NBA.
Yeah.
Where's the money going to come from?
I don't know. That's why I thought this team could fold,
think
man.
My theory is that I think in a few years, Clay Bennett might sell this team, and it might
back to Seattle.
Go back to. I really think it might go back to Seattle one day.
That's not the worst thing that could happen.
It's not the worst thing that could happen. It'd be kind of funny, and I think it's very. It's in the realm of possibility. Look, in 3 years,
would they be the most successful franchise to fold in history?
Probably.
Because they won a lot of games over the last 7 years.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
You know what I'm excited about, though, in all this?
What?
The fact that the Thunder could be Dion Waiters' team.
Did they re-sign him yet?
No, not yet. But I mean, hey, if you trade Westbrook, I mean, Dion Waiters is an asset, and hey, why not? I mean, I think Dion Waiters has James Harden type potential. I think he can lead a team.
I don't believe that.
I think he can be a scorer, all-around assist player. He can be the alpha dog on a playoff team.
I think he's the Ricky Davis on a non-playoff team.
Nah, man, he's good. He's good. I believe in Dion.
I do not. I think he's Ricky Davis.
I think me, Zach Lowe, and a few people still own property on Waiters Island. And,
I sold that off when it started sinking.
No, I think it's about to go up. I bought your piece, actually. So.
You bought my piece. Okay, let me ask you this. We talked about the Thunder. We talked about the Warriors. Are the Cavs a threat to beat the Warriors again?
I mean, if they're going to do it, next year's the year. I think of any team in the NBA, they're equipped to do it. I mean, LeBron's had a lot of success against Kevin Durant over his career.
Yes, he has.
I think Kyrie Irving is going to take. I think he's going to go up, and I think he's ready to take that next step next season.
I hope so.
And the one thing with Kyrie is next year. He's not going to be coming off like a broken kneecap, rehabbing himself, getting himself right. He's going to go into the season already right. They have the championship experience. Tristan Thompson, he's going to grow as a player. Maybe Kevin Love. They know how to use Kevin Love. Also, Kevin Love is a trade asset. Maybe if they feel they need to get another piece to go against the Warriors. The thing is like I felt this year in the finals, LeBron to some degree had figured out the Warriors.
Okay.
And now he's going back to square one. Because sorry, I was reading a text message.
That's fine.
I think he had figured out the Warriors, but now, I mean, giving Kevin Durant's like a whole new dimension. I mean, the Warriors are the favorites, unless like Kevin Durant has like LeBron like collapse like he did against the Mavs in the finals. Then,
but couldn't they survive that though? Couldn't they survive that?
Who?
The Golden State Warriors as a team, even if say Steph Curry has the collapse or Kevin Durant has the collapse.
Yeah, the Warriors are set up to where they only need 3 out of those 4 stars to win a title.
Well, technically, I don't even think they need 3. I think they need 2.
Look, if Draymond goes down, if maybe after, for example, Draymond Green. Yeah, I didn't think it was a smart idea for him to play when Team USA. 2 long, grueling seasons. Yeah. Next year, he's probably going to be playing center a lot next year. It's a lot of wear and tear on his body.
Well, they did get Zaza Pachulia and David West.
Sure.
Not thrilled by those, are you?
I mean, LeBron sees those 2 on the court, his eyes are going to light up.
Yeah, probably.
But no, what I'm saying is like, yeah, this thing with the Warriors, I mean, they're 73-9. If the thing is, if Kevin Durant plays like Harrison Barnes did in the finals, I
You
mean,
know,
the Dubs could still win it.
you know what's interesting here though?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, Harrison Barnes, I think, was given shots at guarding LeBron. And like, yeah, I don't know if he did a good job or not, but I think Kevin Durant's a better defender than Harrison Barnes. So in my view, now they got Andre Iguodala, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, and if needed, Draymond Green. They got 4 guys they can throw at this dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think that's very valuable. And no, LeBron's no spring chicken anymore.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I think, but LeBron, he's one of the 6, 7 greatest players in NBA history. He figured out Andre Iguodala after a while.
Sure.
He figured out Harrison Barnes. And then here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though.
Okay.
I think I'm hoping LeBron works on his jump shot this summer, because if he works on his jump shot,
it's been 13 seasons. You better have worked on his jump shot by now.
Well, I mean, 2013, he beat the Spurs shooting jumpers in Game 7.
Wait. LeBron James got serendipity to beat the San Antonio Spurs.
No, but watch the tape in Game 7. He hit jumper after jumper after jumper.
That was all Popovich's fault. You sat down Tim Duncan for 2 key rebounds.
All right.
I don't know why you would sit Tim Duncan.
Anyways, like, let's not talk about the 2013 finals. Like,
everything just.
But
Emory Allen.
The Warriors are the prohibitive favorites, and like, if the Cavs lose,
what percentage chance do you give the Cavs to repeat?
I'm gonna say 30%.
You know what? That's very optimistic. Because in my view, I want to say 20 or 30%.
Let's say Steph Curry rolls his ankle.
Oh, I'm just saying right now based on how
Klay Thompson hurts his knee.
But like, that could work both ways though.
Yeah, it already worked one way last year in 2015.
And then again this way.
Not really.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah, their best defenders got hurt. He was on the court.
Everybody was on the court.
No.
Everybody was on the court. The Cavs had season-ending injuries. Kevin Love's shoulder was ripped out of his socket. Kyrie Irving's kneecap was in pieces. This isn't like, oh, my back's a little stiff. Oh, I twisted my knee a little bit, but I'm okay.
Well, we got a guy with a sprained MCL. We had a guy
with grade 1 sprain, and he sat out like the whole first round and half of the second round.
I'm dealing with left knee tendonitis, and even I'm playing with like a gingered step.
Yeah, I ran 2 miles with a bum ankle today.
Bum ankle, I've done that tons of times.
But I mean, like, yeah, 20%. I mean, like the Warriors are the favorite. I mean, the thing is there's so many layers to this, though. You got to realize, like, imagine how much pressure is going to be on the Warriors next season.
100%. I got them maxed out in pressure.
Like, Kevin Durant has never faced this type of pressure.
No.
The Warriors have never faced this type of pressure.
73-9 is a lot of pressure.
Yeah, but I feel there was more pressure on LeBron to win in the finals than there was.
Really? I thought he didn't. I don't think anyone really expected them to win.
I didn't expect them to win either, but but still, it's LeBron, right? Like, LeBron loses, he's 2-5 in the finals.
So I would say this: LeBron's pressure is a little bit different in the sense that he's going to go down. I think everyone assumed it was going to be 2-5.
Mm-hmm.
The fact is 3-4 is like, that's why they're saying he's like top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Because he did this.
Well, what I'm saying though, there was more pressure on LeBron, right? Like, even if LeBron had lost this series,
that was expected.
We would have killed him.
No, we wouldn't. I don't think so, because like,
I wouldn't have killed him. But people.
Okay, the contingent of people like me who hate LeBron,
you would have killed him.
I couldn't kill him because I'd be like, yo, the better team won.
No, you wouldn't. You would be like,
yes, I would.
In your heart, you'd be like, yeah, the better team won. It's okay. But publicly, you'd be killing him
I
on the
will. Okay,
podcast right
I
now.
will admit this. I will admit this. If someone was to come up and say, "Oh, LeBron James is top 5, top 6," I'd be like, "What are you crazy? You can't be 2 and 5." Yes, I would pull that card out all
So
day long.
like your cousin
Yeah.
on ESPN that went to Fox Sports now.
Oh, I miss him so much.
Yeah, he would have
He would have roasted
railroaded.
him. He would he. But like Skip Bayless
But
always
what
does
I'm
that.
saying is like the Warriors didn't face that type of pressure, right? The Warriors for the past 2 seasons have been
Didn't they?
this
Weren't they getting?
good
Weren't they
upstart
getting
team.
lambasted after though?
Were they?
Because they were like, that was a historical collapse. A 73-9 team
Yeah, but
up
the
3-1
thing is like they already won the
with
title
the
the year before.
MVP. Yeah, but let me put this: if Michael Jordan had done what they did at 72-10 with 5 championships and being the MVP, you know how many people would have loved to pick that apart?
Different era, but I mean, anyways, what I'm saying though is now the Warriors are the villain. They're the flat out
They are.
villain, evil
They are the
empire.
villains. They are the Sith.
They're gonna and like look, if they fail,
Is joy.
it's gonna be joy to everybody. And Kevin
Yeah.
Durant, he's gonna take a hit. Like you
This
you
is
took the
this is
easy
the same
road and
thing.
it still didn't work. It's gonna be like
Did you?
LeBron, but
Yeah. Okay. You would think it's the same, right?
look, to me, it's worse than what LeBron did. But
In by
it
how
is
much? By how much?
20%, 50% worse than what LeBron did. No,
I
because
give it like
LeBron,
3%.
no, it's like way worse. Come on,
Why?
LeBron. Okay, LeBron. It's easy. Like Kevin Durant went from a team where he's playing with an All NBA first team guard.
Yes.
His team is loaded with talent.
Sure.
Adams, Cantor, Oladipo,
Sure.
a lottery
Yeah.
pick, and Sabonis,
Yeah.
Ilyasova, loaded
Yeah.
with talent. Great GM,
Okay.
great front office.
Okay.
He went from that to the greatest team in NBA history.
No, you can't say that. Can't
Okay,
say that no
fine. The
more.
greatest regular season team in NBA history.
Even that's false. What do you go ahead?
I don't care. Whatever. He went to a bleeping
You went to a
73
loaded team.
and
Win team.
9
Yes.
loaded team that's probably would have won the title without him. That could win the title without him.
Definitely could win the title without
Right?
him.
LeBron
Yes.
went from a team in the Cavs that had Boobie Gibson,
Yes. Mo Williams.
Mo Williams,
Zerjunas Ilgauskas,
Zydrunas
Varejao,
Ilgauskas,
Antoine
Delonte
Jameson,
West, who was like dating his mom at
mom,
the time.
the corpse of Shaquille O'Neal.
The corpse of Shaquille O'Neal, exactly. And like a rental in Anton James. Anton James actually was a rental that season.
Yes, he
He
was.
went from like that one-man team.
A 66 win team.
Yeah, that's because that's like LeBron James.
Okay.
He went and look at what the Cavs were the following season.
Yeah, but they got rid of all of those guys save Varejao.
No.
Everyone else was gone.
Everybody, that team was pretty much the same team except for LeBron.
Mo Williams also
Mo
left.
Williams was there.
No, they traded him that year.
Like midway through after they went like 3-26.
All right. Ilgauskas went with him to Miami.
Ilgauskas was already like, okay, like let's not belabor the point. The point is LeBron, like, that was a crappy team around him in Cleveland, and he joined up with like 2 All-Stars in Miami just to start something special. And the Heat themselves were coming off a first-round exit to the Celtics where they got swept.
That's right.
So, and he didn't have a coach.
I agree.
He didn't have a coach of the caliber of Steve Kerr.
Okay, I agree with everything you're saying. LeBron James, this is shocking to say, by the way. LeBron James going to the Miami Heat with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh was a worse situation than what Kevin Durant is going to in Golden State.
Exactly.
I never thought I would ever say that.
Fit for the Warriors is so much better with Durant than it was with the Miami 3.
Do you know how ludicrous that is to say?
I never see in 2010 with the decision. I never thought it would get better in NBA free agency. I'm like, this is it. It will never be better. I might have been wrong. I mean, I might have been
clearly.
wrong.
But like, I'll give one piece of credit. At least the players that were on Golden State, that was 73-9, the greatest historical season ever, were all drafted by said team.
Mm-hmm.
right? So I'll give
Yeah,
them
built.
that.
Now they're
They
bought.
got built.
Now they're bought.
Right now they're bought.
Yeah.
Whereas like the whole Miami thing was reeking of collusion,
Yeah.
right? But
I love how
still,
what I love though. I love how like Andre Iguodala is coming out and saying, "Yeah, we planted the seeds like 6 years ago at the World Championships." I'm like, okay,
no, you
whatever.
didn't. You weren't on that team 6 years ago. That doesn't make no sense.
No, he was. Iguodala, Curry, and Durant were on the
No,
World
no.
Championship team.
I'm sorry. He wasn't. Those guys. They weren't on
Yeah,
the same.
they were all on different teams, but
Yeah.
yeah.
That means they could have got together anywhere. It could have been in Oklahoma City. We don't know.
So let's do some over unders.
Yes.
Okay. Over under.
What are we going over? What's the over? What's the under?
Let me run this game, and you just
Okay.
all you gotta do is answer my question. I'll answer. Over unders. Over under 70 wins for the Warriors next season.
Can I choose the 70?
Sure. Over, even, or under.
I'll go even.
Okay. I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna go under because I think like I just think they're gonna pace themselves. Over under.
That's why I went with 70.
Yeah. Over under 25 points per game for Kevin Durant.
Under.
Over under 20 points per game for Steph Curry.
Over.
Over under. Will you say under or over on the 20 points for Steph Curry?
I said over for Steph Curry.
Okay. Over under 20 points for Klay Thompson.
Under.
Over under 18 points per game for Klay Thompson.
Under.
Over under 4 testicles kicked by Draymond Green.
Over. I'll take the over on that one. I'll take the over on that one all day. I'll go 10. I'll go 10.
Over under 7 assists by Draymond.
I'm gonna take the even on that one. I think he gets 7 a game.
Over under on. Do you think Steve Kerr over under 5 games missed by Steve Kerr?
I'm gonna go under.
Over under 30 games before Steve Kerr realizes he made a mistake in hiring Mike Brown as his lead assistant.
Under. No love for Mike Brown.
Right. Over under 25 points per game for Harrison Barnes next season.
He's on the team with Ben Simmons, right?
He's on the Mavs.
He's on the Mavs.
Yeah, where have you been, man? He signed a 5-year, $94 million contract with the Mavs.
I'm sorry. I was hearing rumors that he's going to the 76ers.
No, he did not go to the Sixers. He
went to the Mavs. Okay,
signed a offer sheet with the Mavs, and obviously the Warriors aren't going to match it.
I'm going to go under.
Okay. Over under 20 points per game for Harrison Barnes.
Under.
Over under 20 shots per game for Harrison Barnes.
Ooh. I'm going to go under.
Okay.
Dirk is still there, right?
Yeah.
Nah, he's under 20.
Okay. I guess it's not really an over-under, but if Russell Westbrook plays for the Thunder all the next season, does he win league MVP?
This is a hard question to answer because I feel like they're a 500 team, and they don't typically give the MVP to 500 teams.
But I mean, aren't Steph Curry and Kevin Durant essentially disqualified?
No, unfortunately not.
So
I
Steph
think
Curry. So Steph Curry averages. So if Kevin Durant averages 24 points per game on a 68-win Warriors team.
No, he does. It's very hard for them to win. Either of those guys to win it. Right. This seems like it's a LeBron James MVP type year.
I just don't think LeBron's really committed to getting the MVP.
So then, okay, actually, let me ask you this: who do you have as MVP of next season?
I just think.
Or give me a short list.
All right. First off, my qualifiers. I think that Kevin Durant and Steph Curry have to be disqualified from consideration.
Sure.
I guess my short list is Russell Westbrook.
Okay.
I'll put LeBron James on there.
Got to.
I'm gonna go with my guy James Harden.
Okay, that's not a bad pick.
I'm gonna
If they
go
win
with
50 games, he could win it.
I guess Kawhi Leonard's gonna be in the talk.
Yes.
Paul George, John Wall.
I don't think Washington's good enough.
Harrison Barnes. I'm gonna throw him in there.
Seriously, you believe in Harrison Barnes?
I mean, like, come on, man. Like, I think number one, I think he's talented. I think Rick Carlisle's a good. He's talented. I think playing with the Warriors, he's developed 3-point shooting.
Yes, he has.
He's grown as a player. He's got championship experience.
I think I'm really interested to see that because I don't
and
know who he is.
Like, from day one, like he has potential. He's talented. But he's been on a team that features other guys.
Yes.
Now
Yes,
he's going to a Mavs team where he's the number one option.
Can I give you my short list?
And real quick, number one option, and Rick Carlisle's a smart coach. I think he's going to put him in smart situations to thrive. So who's your short list for MVP?
I think he might win most improved player.
Sure.
But my short list goes like this. You actually hit on a couple of guys. Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Chris Paul. That's where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
And then qualifier LeBron James.
Right. I think I'm taking CP3 out of your list because I think, again, CP3 is going to pace himself next year.
Maybe, but it just seems like he's one of those dudes that might get it because he's been in the league for 10 years.
Yeah.
Never really got a chance. The Clippers are good enough. They don't really want to give it to the Golden State Warriors. Sure. LeBron paces himself. It just seems like the perfect mix.
Over under. Or you think Kevin Durant makes the All-NBA first team next season?
No.
Curry?
I do not. Curry's going to make it if he's healthy.
Do you think them getting Durant affects Steph Curry's free agency status at all next season?
Not at all. Someone's paying him Supermax.
I mean, I think the Warriors will give him the Supermax, but it'll be interesting.
Okay, can I ask you, what were your over and unders on that? What did you take?
I'm going to go under on Durant for 25 points per game. And I'm going to go I'm going to go 20 points per game for Curry. I'm going to go over. I'm going to go at or over because I think he'll be the second option on the team. I think Klay Thompson's going to average like 15 points per game. I'm going to go 2 testicles on Draymond. I think he'll have 1 or 2 kicks, and I think the NBA will warn him. Like, I think he learned his lesson in the finals. Like, he can't kicking guys in that area. What else did we say? Over under. I'm gonna go wins. Man, it's tough because
70.
I'm gonna go 71. I think they're gonna start out. Wow. I think they're gonna they'll be like 68 and 68 and I don't know, 68 and 11 or something like that, and they'll kind of back their way into. They'll be kind of behind the pace, just because by default they're just gonna show up and they're gonna win
a lot of the games.
All these mediocre teams, they have no shot at beating them.
Nope. Actually,
one more thing.
I wanted to say this.
One more thing.
Go ahead.
Over under.
Yeah.
32 minutes as the leading minute person for the Warriors.
I'm gonna go over. Not by much, by a minute. I'll go over by a minute.
All right, I'm gonna go under. I think 32 is a good number. I don't think he's gonna definitely pay. I don't think Curry's gonna be on kind of a pseudo maintenance plan this year.
I agree. I don't think Curry will break 32 minutes. I think Draymond is the guy that breaks 32 minutes.
Draymond, they're going to pace too, because Draymond, you got to realize Draymond's their defensive anchor. They can't afford to lose.
Yeah, he is. He is. But they got Zaza, man.
I guess. Over under 4 All-Stars for the Warriors this season.
I'll keep them at 4.
All right. Actually, I kind of like this over-under thing. I think we should just do a whole podcast on over-unders.
Over-unders? Okay. I don't mind. Oh, that's the one I wanted to say. You mentioned something just now. Totally forgot it.
Draymond.
What was your over?
Pacing.
No, it was just before that. This is not
Draymond's their
important.
defensive anchor. They can't afford to lose him.
There was a thought that popped in. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Yeah. Well, so the NBA is ruined.
Yeah. Well, one last thing. I guess hopefully this thing will be last. Of their big four,
Yeah.
who's the most? Which of those four guys can they least afford to lose?
Least afford to lose?
Least afford to lose to injury.
Honestly, Draymond.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Draymond too because Draymond is really big for them on defense.
Defense.
He's their anchor.
Because Steph Curry can lift Kevin Durant's weight. Kevin Durant can lift Steph Curry's weight. Klay Thompson is frankly 15 points a game. He's the new Harrison Barnes.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for Klay Thompson.
Over under 2 seasons before Klay Thompson asks for a trade.
When did he sign? Last year?
Yeah. I think he's good till like 2019.
I'm going to say
for a while.
You're saying when Klay Thompson had enough, right? That's the question?
Yeah, when's Klay Thompson going to be like, this is fun, but I want to see what I can do as the alpha dog?
I'm going to take the under. I'm going to say a season and a half.
I'm going to go over. I think a couple seasons. He's
so 3?
I'm going to go 2.5, Maybe after 2 seasons, that summer, he's like, this is cool, but...
It's time for me to spread my wings.
Yeah. Over under 30 games. Over under 15 games until Luke Walton realizes, like, man, just stayed in the Golden State.
Under. I take the under all day. I take that under.
To me, the only thing that could mess this up, I feel, is if like Steve Kerr has more back problems and has to hand the reins to Mike Brown.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
What do you look forward to from your Rockets this season? Like in terms of like what would be a successful season at this point?
I think like 50 to 55 wins and a playoff series. I mean,
you want them to go to Western Conference Finals? Is that like the championship at this point?
I guess. I guess for me, what would be good is like winning like 50 to 55 games, and then if we took the Warriors to like 6 games. But look, I guess on the flip thing with the Rockets is, and this is just me speaking as like a homer and a diehard fan and trying to grab onto something. Because the Warriors are just like on another level now.
Yeah.
With our additions, we have the firepower where we could
do what?
We could shoot some teams out of a series.
Some teams, okay. I can believe that.
Between Ryan Anderson, Harden, Eric Gordon.
You believe in Eric Gordon more than I do.
I think he has some game left, and I think he's happier to be in Houston.
Do you know who I want from you guys? I want to steal Corey Brewer away from you guys. I like that guy.
Sure, take him.
Oh wow!
Just
no resistance.
Send us back Bruno Cabarcola or Bruno Nicola.
He's 1 year away from being 1 year away.
Yes. I mean, I don't know. Like I think for us, like maybe if we won 55 games, we take the Warriors 6 games, then we can go to Westbrook next summer and be like, hey, we're right there. We just need one more guy.
That's not a bad pitch. You know what I'm hoping for? 50 wins and Eastern Conference Championship.
Like next year or like in 4 years?
Next year.
Okay.
No. I want it next year. You don't understand. Everyone else was hating on my Raptors at like 4-0 against Cleveland, and we went 4-2. And I know we got blown out in those 4 games, but I don't care. I want to beat LeBron.
Real quick. Give me what do you think happens with Russell Westbrook this season?
One of the greatest statistical seasons we've ever seen. I'm saying like 30 31 points.
So you think he stays in OKC
the whole season?
Mhm.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And what-
I don't know anyone who will give them like a good enough package. Like
Is it better
Boston.
But is it better
Boston.
here? But is it better for the Thunder to just play it out with Westbrook and roll
No,
the dice in free agency, or get something? Get
it's
something
better
whether
to
it's
get.
like a first of like a lottery protected, 2 lottery protected first round picks or something.
Honestly, if I'm Sam Presti, I go to Boston and I go to Phoenix because I think they got the most amount of picks, and maybe even Philadelphia, and say, hey, how many picks will you give
Well,
us?
Philadelphia would say no because Russ Westbrook would be like, hell no, I'm not re-signing here.
Well,
Boston
that's
to me,
that's
Boston
that's
to me is
Philadelphia's problem.
Boston to me is the team. I think like they number one, they have all the assets. They can offer them young talent. They can offer them 2 Brooklyn picks,
Mm-hmm.
and I think Boston. I think Danny Ainge is a good enough GM where maybe he feels he'd be confident he could convince Westbrook to stay.
I agree. That's why I would. That's why if I'm Sam Presti, I'm calling them and saying, "Hey, give me Isaiah Thomas
Mm-hmm.
and give me 3 or 4 of your picks. You can take them."
Yeah. I mean, they have 2 first-round picks this year of guys that are going to be stashed overseas. They have a lot of unprotected lottery pick in next year's draft, which apparently is going to. I mean, that's a loaded draft. So
The Brooklyn pick, right?
yeah, Brooklyn pick.
Yeah, I want that pick.
Yeah.
I want that pick.
Yeah.
That's what I would do if I'm Sam Presti.
Yeah. So man,
All
there's so much we're gonna have to talk about in a future podcast. With just respect to
3 over and unders. Just
free.
quickly for you.
Oh yeah, sure.
Russell Westbrook over and under on 30 points a game.
I'm gonna go under since he's a point guard, but he's gonna come close. Scoring title is definitely in play.
Okay. Over and under 8 rebounds a game.
I'm gonna go under 7.
Over and under on 9.5 assists a game.
Over. He's gonna average like 11 assists. He's gonna have like 30 triple doubles next season.
Okay, let's do that. Over and under on 31 triple doubles.
Over.
Okay. Wow, you want to say 32? That's a lot. And you don't think he'll average more than 8 rebounds?
Samir thinks he's gonna average a triple double next season.
I honestly, this is what I have him at: 31, 8, 9.5.
I think he's gonna. I want to see. I think he's gonna lead the league in scoring and assists.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too. Yeah. I think he will have the highest usage rate we've ever seen.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, this has been good, and we talked about a lot of stuff with this signing, and I think we're gonna have to roll this back again and again to talk about free agency because this is a wild summer. So thanks for listening, guys. We're going to be back, and take care. Have a happy, safe July 4th holiday weekend. And to my Muslim brethren out there, Eid Mubarak. And we'll catch you guys on the other side later.
All right. Goodbye, guys.